Welcome to Divine Simmons. Title of the video: Getting My Life Back in 2022. Without further ado, here's Apostle Divine Simmons.
Hello, and how are you today? And I just want to first of all wish you a very happy New Year's and just wish the best for you in this new year that's coming. And I want you to like this video. I want you to give me a view, and I want you to subscribe to this channel. Let me know that something is happening that is helping you through these videos. And today we're going to talk about, amen, we're talking about the new year, because everyone gets ready for the new year. Everyone makes New Year's resolutions, and everyone is getting ready for a change to take place in their lives the first of the year. So let's start off right. And the theme I have for you today is, how can I get my life together? Too many times we start off the New Year's and we start them off with New Year's resolutions. And you know what? It never gets no further than that. It never gets no further because people never take the time to go no further. It always starts off, I'm going to lose this weight, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do this. But you never do it. By the time the year done come, the same resolution that you made have not come to pass. So let's start it off right this year. Let's start off giving and going through the same motion. Don't do that this year. Don't go through the same old motions that you went through last year. Don't do the same old things that you did last year. Come on, it's time for a change. Aren't you ready for a change in your life? Too many times we say things, but we don't do it. But now it's time for a change. You see so many things going on around you. You don't want to wake up in the morning the same old way, going through the same old thing, but you want something different in your life. You gotta want something better. But this time, this year, let's stick to it. It's time for a change in your life. Stick to it. Don't just let it go. Stick to the goal. Stick to the thing that you're trying to do. Stick to the thing that you have made a commitment to. And I've told yourself, this is what I'm going to do. Many times we make resolutions, like I said, resolution means it's something that you want to change, something that you want better out of your life today. And sometimes it's time to stop going back through the same old things. But now it's time to change. It's time to stop going through the motions. Stop trying to do what everybody else is doing. And I find that's one of the biggest things that happen to people today, is because everybody trying to be everybody else, and everybody else is trying to do things what somebody else is doing. Oh, well, if this worked for them, I'm going to try it. Because something worked for somebody else, it don't necessarily mean that it's going to work for you. You got to get something that's going to work for you. And sometimes you're trying things that work for somebody else, you're not even satisfied doing it. And the reason that you're not satisfied doing it is because it's not for you. It's not for you. That person is at ease with it, at peace with it. You know why? Because that's a part of them. It's easy to do something that you want to do. It's hard to do something that you really don't want to do, or you're trying to do it because somebody else suggested. And many times people got to realize your suggestion might work for you, but it may not work for me, because everybody is different. Everybody do things different. We got to stop trying to make everybody like we are. We got to stop trying to make everything so easy because somebody else had it easy. But you got to work out your soul salvation. You got to work out the things in your life that's going to change you. Because everything people say is good is really not good. It may be good for them, but it's just not good for me. We got to stop trying to do too many things again, because that's another thing that causes you to fail for the new year, because you keep trying to do too many things and you're not completing none. You're trying to complete this, and I want to do this, and I want to do that. It's great to be excited. It's great to have a plan. It's great to want to do something with your life. But sometimes we're making so many plans and we never finish them. And what sense it would be? Even the Bible said, why would you start a house Lay down your foundation, start your house, and never finish building a house. What good would that do? What good would half a house do? And it's just like a plan. If you never work your plan will never work for you. You got to work your plan. You got to do what's good for you. You got to do something that's exciting to you. And this is what people don't understand. I'm going to do something I like. If I'm going to do anything, it's going to be something I like doing. I'm not going to just do something to be doing it. I'm not going to do something because you did it. Say somebody want to go on a diet and you done made your resolution already. You said, look, this is what I'm going to do this year. I'm going to go on a diet. I'm going to go on a certain type diet. But the certain type diet you went on and it worked for you and you told your friend about it and they didn't even like the food that you suggested for to lose the weight. So how can you be on a diet if you don't like something that you have to eat? And you're looking at the other person, they love eating it. It's something that they enjoy. It's easy to eat something you enjoy. It's hard to eat something that you don't. So you're going to stick food down your throat that you really don't even want because you're trying to lose weight. And sooner or later, it may come back up and you're like, oh God, I'm so sick. Why? Because you're trying to do something that your body cannot take. So you got to do something this year that's good for you, that works for you. You want your life to change? You want your life to get back together? You want your life to be better than it is? Just stop trying to be an invitator and be a participator. Understand, do the things that's going to help you this year. Stop drowning in your failures. Too many times we keep trying to do things that we are not qualified for, and we drown in them. We find ourselves trying over and over. And you said, oh, this is just not working. This is just not good. I'm just going to quit. I'm going to give up. Don't quit. You just got to quit doing the thing that you're failing in and start doing something that you're going to succeed in. It's not that you're a failure, but the things that you're doing may not be working in your favor. So don't stop doing things. Just say, well, I need another plan. I need another way to look at this. I need another way to enjoy life. You got to do something special because you say, look, everybody got different wants. Everybody like things and it's different wants. Everybody like different colored clothes. Some people don't like this style. Others don't like that style. Women don't like this. Women don't like that. Women don't like this hairstyle. Women don't like that. But why? Because everybody different. Do that make them bad? No. Do that make something wrong with them? No. They're only saying that everybody is not built on the same material. Everybody's not built the same way. God did not give everybody the same desires. He said, I'll give you the desires of your heart, but your desires of your heart may not be the desires of my heart. So God would have to give me something that he know that I would enjoy doing. God would never give me something to do and I'm going to be miserable. God wouldn't have never called me to the ministry if he didn't know it was something that I love, something that I enjoy, helping people, reaching out to people. I love doing it. It's not hard. It's not strange. It's not strenuous. It's something that I love to do. Talking to people, communicating with them, sitting down, counseling, one-on-one, getting to know people, getting to help them, praying with them. And this is what it's all about. You got to love what you do. So stop drowning in your failures and start picking up something that you're going to succeed in. Take your eyes off of what other people are doing. There's another failure. Oh, wow. This one have that and this one have this and they have a brand new car and they have a brand new home. And look at me, I'm trying to do everything I can and nothing is working for me. Everything is staying the same. Why is not my life happening? Why is not these things happening for me like it's happening for them? Why? Because you keep trying to walk in another man's shoe or another woman's shoe. Walk in your own because yours gonna fit just better. Don't you know your clothes fit you better than anybody else's clothes? Don't you know your shoes fit better than anybody else's shoes that you're trying on your feet? Because it was made for you. Understand, God made special things for you, and you got to reach out and receive them. But you got to look forward. You got to stop looking back at your failures. Oh, 22, we make a big promise. 2022 gonna be the greatest year of my life. And then at the end of the year, you're in the same position. You're doing the same things, and then sometimes even worse. Because you didn't set a goal. You didn't stop and just say, look, I'm going to work on this and I'm going to work on this, and I'm not giving up until I get it. After a while it don't work, you shove it aside. Well, I guess it wasn't for me. And you do the same thing with the next thing. Well, I guess it's not for me. It's not for you because you're not taking time to perfect it. You're not taking time to do it. So I guess it will not be for you because you don't have the time. Anything in life takes time. Nothing just happens overnight. Nothing just happens. You know, sometimes you may get a miracle and you may think just happen, but good things come to those that wait. You know, when you're a good person and you're out to do good things, sometimes you may have the hardest time. You may have the hardest time succeeding. But you got to realize God got something great for you. He'll never let you fail and he'll never let you fall. Once you realize who you are in him. You know, let's look at the Bible. Let's look at Philippians, the 3rd chapter, 13 and 14 verse. Paul said, brethren, I count it not myself to have apprehended. But this one thing, Paul said, I do. Forgetting those things which are behind and reaching forth to those things which are before. I'm going to forget all of my failures right now. I'm not going to look behind. I'm not going to look at my mistakes. I'm not going to look at my pain. Paul said, this one thing I'm going to do, I'm going to forget. I'm going to forget all the things that made me unhappy 2021. I'm going to forget all the things that made me cry 2021. And for 2022, I'm going to reach out for the thing that's going to give me joy. That's going to give me peace. That's going to give love. That's going to give happiness, excitement. That's going to fill my soul with the word of God and get closer to God. 2022, I'm going to reach out for things that's going to do me great. I'm not going to cry another tear. And I'm not going to allow Satan to let me cry. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to forget those things that are behind me. I'm going to forget them right now. I'm going to start looking ahead. Why? Because I want to change in my life for 2022. Let me give you a few tips to help you. Number one, work on one goal at a time. Don't try to do too much. Work on one goal. Work on one. Set yourself apart for everything else. Lay it aside and said, I'm going to work on this goal. I'm going to put it to work. I'm going to put it to use in my life. I'm not going to let it pass by. I'm not going to stop working on it. You know, just like a basketball player, they start as a child. They start working and they start throwing hoops and they start running and on the field and nobody out there at night because they done made up their mind. I'm going to be number one. And then you wonder how they get so good. Wow, this boy in college, how he got so good. You're looking at him in college. You didn't look at him when he started. You didn't look at him. He started when he was 6, 7, 8 years old, 9 years old, trying to throw a ball in a hoop when it didn't even go in because he hadn't already made up his mind. I'm going to succeed. And that's what you got to see for 2020. Next tip. Don't try to do too many things at one time. Stick to one. Stick to your goal. Make plans. Sit down, write. Get you a plan together. Sit down. Get you something together that you had already decided that you're going to work with. You know, whatever you work with will work back with you, but you got to decide to work with it. You know, you just can't say it. You got to work with it. Too many times people talk things, but they don't walk things. And you know, that's the whole problem I find today with the world. The world is more talk. than accomplishment, because we always gonna do something. We always gonna get better. We always gonna lose weight. We always gonna change. We always gonna get it better. We gonna live our life better. We're gonna get our marriage better, or we're gonna have a better relationship. And we never work at it. We say it, but we never work at it. Oh, honey, I'm going to do better the bad relationship. Oh, I'm going to work at it. I'm going to work on me. And that's just talk until it all dissolves down. And then you find yourself going back to the same thing. Why? Because you're not working on nothing. You're only talking just to get it over, to get it through with, but you don't have it in your heart. Don't do what someone else doing. Do what's in your heart. Do what pleases you. Take these tips. Do what pleases you. Oh, I'm so glad that you told me what worked for you. And I'm so glad that you succeeded. And I'm so glad that the plans that you use work for you. But they may not work for me. Because it worked for you, it don't mean that's the same thing God have for me. It don't mean that God gonna take me the same way he took you. It's just like a preacher. Everything don't work for every preacher. Everything don't work for everybody. What the sermon that they knew, and sometimes I've seen preachers go back and try to preach the same thing and couldn't even preach it. Why? Because you didn't try to get a sermon. You sit there and try to copy off of somebody else and do what somebody else doing. And because you saw the response that they got, you felt, well, if I do the same thing, I can get the same response. But everybody don't move the same way with everybody. And you can do the same thing. You can dress the same way. You can put on the same clothes somebody else put on. And you can stand there right by them, and people could be standing there looking at you and them together, and both of you are dressed alike, and the first thing they'll say, well, why didn't like my clothes? I got the same thing on that they have on. I got the same dress on she have on. Oh, so why they gave her so much attention? Why they told her how much they liked the dress she have on and didn't tell me? Because you didn't pick nothing out for you. You picked something out that somebody else had already picked for them. So you just copied off of what they had. You didn't use your mind. You didn't use your heart. You didn't use something that could please you. You used something that you thought would work because it worked for somebody else. You'll never succeed in life doing that. You'll never succeed in life trying to be somebody else. Even if you sing, I've seen so many singers, and people had great voices, but instead of them singing in their own voice, they tried to sing in somebody else's voice. They tried to sing like somebody else. They tried to sing like, oh my God, great actors, great singers. And I've seen this so many times. I've seen them fail. They couldn't even reach the note that the person read. Why? Because you're trying to be them. You're not trying to be you. And these are some of the reasons why things are not working for you. This is some of the reasons why you keep going through the motion in life, and your life is not changing because you keep trying to be somebody else. And this is not going to work. Don't do what someone else do. Do what's in your heart. Sometimes you got to change. It's time you got to tell yourself, look, I'm going to change my lifestyle. When you change your lifestyle, change your lifestyle. Don't change nobody else's. Don't do what your friend do. And then something else. Oh, we're going to go on the diet together. We're going to do this together. You are individual. You can't do what your friend do. Each one of y'all got a separate mind. Don't try to do what they did. Do what you do. If you're going to change your lifestyle, both of you can change your lifestyle, but everybody might not want the same things changed in their life. You got to get a positive attitude and keep a positive attitude. Is things going to be positive always? No. Are things going to go wrong? Yes. Are you going to cry sometime? Yes. Is pain going to come in your heart? Yes. But I still got to stay positive. I got to stay positive through my up days, through my down days. I got to stay positive when it look good. I got to stay positive when it don't look good, because the only thing I can do for me is keep my mind right. The Bible says, be ye conformed by the renewing of your mind. You got to renew your mind to the things that you want. You got to renew your mind to the things that's ahead of you, and stop looking back at what didn't work for you. Well, this didn't work for me, that didn't work for me. Stop thinking about what didn't work for you. Start thinking about what's going to work for you. Paul said, I'm going to press towards the mark of the high calling in Christ Jesus. I'm going to forget those things that are behind me. I'm going to forget those things that didn't work. I'm going to forget those things that let me down, because I can't go forward and back at the same time. I got to let something go. You got to get a vision. Get a vision. The Bible says, without a vision, my people will perish. You got to get a vision. You got to see yourself there. You got to get a vision. You got to want it so bad that you got to dream about it. It becomes your food. It becomes your water when you're thirsty, because you got a vision for it. And today we need a vision. The Bible says, without a vision, my people is going to perish. You're going to perish, People many times that don't have no goals will have no satisfaction. You got to get a goal. You got to get a goal. You got to tell yourself, I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. Guess what? I'm going to do it. And that's when you're going to do it in Christ Jesus. And we just thanking God for you right now. Thank Him, because it's there for you. Thank Him, because it's going to work for you. Believe it, and believe in yourself. This year, I want you to make up your mind. You're not going to quit till you get there. Until you tell yourself, I am not quitting. And this is divine. And you know what I want you to do? I want you to take time and give me a like. I want you to take time and give me a view and to subscribe to this channel. And Father, I'm thanking you right now, Lord, to give each person out here, God, as they have heard this message, the true desires of their heart. Let them look within themselves, Lord. Let them know their vision lies within themselves, not in nobody else, but within themselves. And this is Divine saying, I'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching the video. If you like the content of this program, then please like, subscribe and smash that notification bell. God bless.